Hello and welcome to Storytime with Teacher Beth. I'm Teacher Beth. Today we'll be reading Mummies in the Morning by Mary Pope Osborne. This is the third book in the Magic Treehouse series. I hope you caught books 1 and 2. If you have a copy and you'd like to read along, go ahead and grab it now and we'll get started. Chapter 7, The Scroll. Jack put the scepter in his notebook and pencil into his pack. He and Annie followed the Ghost Queen deeper into the pyramid until they came to some stairs. "The stairs!" said Jack and Annie. The Ghost Queen floated up the stairs. Jack and Annie followed. The Ghost Queen floated right through the wooden door. Jack and Annie pushed on the door. It opened slowly. They stepped into a cold, drafty room. The Ghost Queen was nowhere in sight. Dim torchlight lit the huge room. It had a very high ceiling. On one side was a pile of tables, chairs, and musical instruments. On the other side of the room was a small wooden boat. "The boat!" said Jack. "What's it doing in the Queen Hutepi's pyramid?" asked Annie. "Maybe it's supposed to carry her into the next life," said Jack. He and Annie went over to the boat. They looked inside it. The boat was filled with many things: gold plates, painted cups, jeweled goblets, woven blankets, jewelry with blue stones, small wooden statues. "Look," said Jack. He reached into the boat and lifted out a clay jug. "The jug!" said Annie. Jack looked inside the jug. "Something's in here," he said. "What is it?" asked Annie. Jack felt down inside the jug. It felt like a big napkin, he said. "It's the folded cloth," said Annie. Jack reached into the jug and pulled out the folded cloth. It was wrapped around an ancient-looking scroll. It was covered with wonderful hieroglyphics. "The Book of the Dead," whispered Annie. "We found it. We found her book." Oh man, Jack traced his fingers over the scroll. It felt like very old paper. "Queen Hutepi," called Annie. "We have it. We found your Book of the Dead." Silence. "Queen Hutepi?" Then another door on the other side of the chamber creaked open. "In there," said Annie. "Maybe she's in there." Jack's heart was pounding. Cold air was coming through the open doorway. "Come on," said Annie. "Wait." "No," said Annie. "She waited 1,000 years for her book. Don't make her wait any more." Jack put the ancient scroll into his backpack. Then he and Annie slowly started across the drafty room. They came to the open door. Annie went through first. "Hurry, Jack," she said. Jack stepped into the other room. It was nearly bare, except for a long gold box. The box was open. The cover was on the floor. "Queen Hutepi?" called Annie. Silence. "We found it," said Annie. "Your Book of the Dead." There was still no sign of the Ghost Queen. The gold box glowed. Jack could barely breathe. "Let's leave the scroll on the floor and go," he said. "No, I think we should leave it in there," said Annie. She pointed to the gold box. "No," said Jack. "Don't be afraid," said Annie. "Come on." Annie took Jack by the arm. They walked together across the room to the glowing gold box. They stepped in front of the box and they peered inside. The end. I hope you enjoyed Magic Treehouse number 3, Mummies in the Morning. If you enjoyed today's story, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I'll see you next time on Storytime with Teacher Beth. Bye.